Recently in my top 10 2D platform games video, due to the one game per franchise rule I imposed, in the number 4 slot I picked Sonic 3 and Knuckles over Sonic Mania Plus. Why did I do that? Well, let's explore today. As a child, there was nothing more exciting to me than adding the Sonic 3 cartridge onto Sonic and Knuckles. Though the two games were intended to be one from the get-go, delays led to them being released separately, and to a younger version of myself, it felt like I was combining two fully fledged games together. Little did I know that this practice would become less exciting when it was renamed DLC in the Xbox 360 era. Playing this game with 3 different characters blew my mind. They each offered their own playstyle, and as well as this, the levels were varied, the bosses were fun, and I've lost count of the amount of times I've played through this game in one sitting. Sonic Mania Plus hit the shelves a few months back as an update to last year's fantastic Sonic Mania, and I have to admit, in many ways it is the better game. In fact, I'm confident that, especially on the Nintendo Switch, this will now be the main Sonic game I go back to over and over again. The original Sonic Mania was a game with an amazing selection of best of Sonic style remix levels, with new sections sprinkled on the top as an extra, and the modern day touches such as playing in HD at 60 frames per second really did make it a gorgeous sight to behold. The new levels are fantastic, and the improvements to the old formula don't stop there. The engine itself feels great, and Sonic controls better than he ever has done before. He also comes equipped with new abilities, and the drop dash is a very welcome addition. Mania Plus builds on this formula, adding 2 new playable characters who both offer a dose of nostalgia from my past. There's Brave the Flying Squirrel and Mighty the Armadillo. Now, I played Sega Sonic the Hedgehog once as a child on a Sega World arcade unit. You know the one with the god-awful rollerball control scheme. And though I sucked at it, I've always been a bit bummed that these characters had fallen by the wayside. Ray hadn't made a proper appearance since then, and Mighty has been used sparingly. He had a big role in Fleetway's Sonic the Comic though, so I got my fix of him there. Slightly off topic, but I'm still kicking myself for getting rid of my collection of these, by the way. There's a lesson here, kids. Don't think you'll grow out of your comic books, because you'll end up making YouTube videos about missing them when you're nearly in your 30s, and that is just depressing. But much like Tails and Knuckles added to the gameplay of the past, Mighty and Ray added a whole new element to this classic gameplay style, with Ray's Super Mario World-like abilities and Mighty's new take on classic Sonic gameplay. When you factor in the sheer amount of variety in this game, the levels, boss battles, music, and of course, my favourite special stages of all time, it's not hard to understand why this game would be considered better than what came before it. But there's one key thing that's missing throughout, and that is very important. It's a sense of meaning, plot, or any drive to finish the game, and this is something that Sonic 3 and Knuckles did very, very well. In 3 and Knuckles we have awesome little chunks of plot that guide us through the game, and I'm just recounting this from memory, but I distinctly recall the game opens, Knuckles gets a cheap shot in, and he steals all your stuff. As a player, I want to chase this guy now. I want to get back these items that I collected in the previous game. Throughout the game, he messes with you at every possible opportunity, and you're left thinking, who is this guy and why does he keep doing this? Eventually, we fight, and in the midst of it all, we realise he was being played for a fool, and Robotnik mugs him right off. After they join forces, Sonic uses the power of all of Knuckles' emeralds to take down Robotnik in a truly epic final showdown, in space. And as an extra in Knuckles' campaign, he gets to take down Mecha Sonic. This is a really nice little side boss exclusive to his playthrough, and it's a really fitting ending for his story. I know it's simple, but it really did work for me. This was such a step up from Sonic 2 in terms of narrative, and it was this little overarching story that really made this game feel like a step up. This isn't really here in Sonic Mania Plus, unfortunately. We have our plot, which is loosely just a reason for Sonic to go through old levels from the past, and then that's kind of it. We play through awesome levels, we do face the hard-boiled heavies, and one of them even betrays Robotnik. Like that's never happened as a plot device before, but that is ultimately it, and it's all it aspires to do. Presentation is similar, don't get me wrong, the opening cutscene is great, and there are nice stage transitions, but they just feel like they are there for the aesthetic, and I honestly struggle to remember them after I turn off the game. And that's fine. The game massively succeeds at everything it does, but personally, my favourite bits are the new levels. The remixes from the past are fun, but lack the impact of discovery that I love in this series. I've spoke about this on the channel before, but let's let go of nostalgia with Sonic. Make new stuff. If they made a Sonic game with as much polish as Mania, put a little bit more effort into making a story, and did so with no references to past games, no Green Hill Zone, no chemical plant, you catch my drift, I think that would be perfect. And that's why Sonic 3 and Knuckles is to me my favourite, but technically speaking, Mania Plus is better. But hey, I guess it's all subjective, and it also could be down to nostalgia too. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below, give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and please do subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content like this.